What's going on, guys? We're here for Gintama, episode 5. Gonna watch it, then do a discussion. If you want to skip to the discussion, time code is in the description. While you're there, you can check out the Patreon if you want to get these videos a week early. All that stuff. Thank you very much. Last time, Kagura was introduced and has joined Oddjob's Gin. Not the big, fluffy, cute white dog yet, just Kagura. So, who knows when we'll meet the dog or any of these other characters. But she's there now, and it's called Make Friends You Can Call by Their Nicknames Even When You're an Old Fart. Sound advice. Let's get into episode 5. Let's go ahead. Ready? 3, 2, 1, play. I believe I don't watch the previews, but I usually skip through them to get to the very end and see if there's any after credit scenes in these shows. I believe the preview for the last one showed the Shinsengumi, so maybe we'll get to see some of them. Which is good, because in the first 2 episodes, they interested me, and I wanted to see more. So yeah, you ran her over, and it all worked out. I mean, yes. Technically, you're right, but, you know, it's the execution. You see all the weirdness of it, Shinpachi. So, yeah, Gintama. I feel like I'm going through this quickly just because I'm doing 2 episodes a week, which is twice as fast as I'm doing the other shows. But then I remember, oh, there's hundreds of episodes. Right. That I've barely gotten anywhere. Like, I can't even say I have an opinion on Gintama because I'm so early into it. But oh well. I knew what I was getting into. I knew it was long, and I'm excited to get far into it. Even if that'll take a long time. So yeah, the Shinsengumi, Racket Boy. Want to see more of their deal. See what they spend their time doing. I don't know if that'll be what this is, this episode, but yeah. Okay, we've got Katsura. I guess we'll get a bit of him. A flashback? Huh, okay, interesting. What the... How can that be? If somebody ate your chocolate, I'll beat the ever-loving shit out of you. Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about that. That's kind of hilarious that they bring it up, though. What the fuck? Should you get a nosebleed from being scared? I've never seen that. It's usually a pervert thing. Was it excitement? In the same kind of way that, you know, you usually have the pervert bloody nose? Ew, you go over a booger and that much blood? Oh, ow. But if it was like excitement over fighting, so excited that she got a nosebleed, even though she was pretending not to, trying to suppress it. I don't know. I don't actually know what just happened. Open to interpretation. Chocolate, excitement, boogers. Ow! Scratching it that bad? Hey, that's just not a good thought. This poor man delivering his chicken or something. Or his pelican. We got another vehicle accident. Ah! Well, she did it. Okay. He's the mailman. And we got a love letter. and something important that he wants delivered. This whole situation could lead to you losing your job. They're gonna open it, right? No? They're not? I figured they'd be so curious that Gin would want to open it. Oh, really? Inu, dog. They were the first aliens to come. And this is... Sajin Komomura! What? Oh, she's treating him like a dog. That'd probably piss him off. Or maybe they'd totally be into it. That might be funnier. Yeah, the bombings. Again, don't say that. Well, it's delivered. It is inside the grounds. Oh, no. Oops. The terrorists are just bombing through the mail. They're just sending it through the mail. Well, you guys are wanted terrorists now. I didn't expect it to just be a bomb. Shit. Who just grabbed them all? I was like, who grabbed them all? They grabbed each other. Fucking assholes. It's like they got me, but at least my friends got away. No, they made sure they all got caught. And yeah, he's still sitting there. Gonna beat him up. Gonna hurt the dogs. So Gintoki already knows him? Yeah. Zura! How long has it been? But the title of the episode says you have to make friends you can call by their nicknames. Who is this? Were they looking for Zura? Or Gintoki, okay, with the Shinsengumi. The hero of the war. Oh, that's interesting. He did say before in the first 2 episodes that he wanted to rid the world of Amanto. So in the war, he fought against them and like was a really great. But now that they're just, you know, they're a big part of the world, he's still fighting them and is a criminal now. That's actually interesting. And now we've just got Zoro. Cool, I'm glad we're getting them introduced. Our despicable bombers. Those poor bastards. Shit. Oops. Well, that's bad. Yeah, that's very clear. Shinpachi lowers his glasses. Nobody will recognize him. Oh, yeah, if she saw this, their, like, loved ones thinking they're terrorists. I hear munching. Is that Kagura? Is he the one who's been doing it? He's the terrorist? Hi. Yep, that's his group. Yeah, the terrorists can call themselves that. Depends on perspective. Depends on end result. Okay. Cool. Thank you for telling him. Alright, we're off. Shinsengumi versus Freedom Fighters. Are they really scary looking? What is this, the fucking Prince of Tennis? Okay, that's the guy with the racket. The guy I'm super curious about. Wow. Yeah. When you say it like that, like we're expelling foreigners, it's like, eh. Yeah, but eventually, of course, that they were crushed because of shit like that. Yeah, they came in by force, treated them unfairly. So these guys are rebels, but they're technically criminals. The postman is in on it. Clever scheme, actually. Be like, oh, I'm a postman, I crashed. Can you deliver this for me? It's important, to get somebody else to go do it. It's actually good. But yeah, since they're so ingrained in the system now, you're just committing criminal acts, terrorist bombings. It's actually kind of more depth. The White Knight. There's more depth in this episode with those ideas and backstory here. It's interesting. Like at this point, most Amanto, are they just like normal citizens living innocent, ordinary lives? You know? How many of them are like truly ruling over you in corrupt ways? I don't know. So they were fighting together in the war, and he inspired him to keep fighting when he thought it was hopeless. If you're gonna go out swinging. And then calls him Zura. Damn. Interesting to see that side of him. And then you're gonna cut to him, yeah, like, I thought he was gonna be picking his nose. Yeah. Your mother-in-law. What the fuck? They do. Rude. That girl's still eating. What does wavy hair prevent you from being popular? It's just something to blame. Good question. Oh, poor guy. Here they come. It's the cops. You may say the fight is over, but inside you don't really believe it. I would think so. You know, Kagura's in Amanto. Pretty big target. I don't think he's gonna be into it. And this was part of it too. It wasn't just about getting anybody to do it. It's about getting him to do it. To get him into this. So that he couldn't refuse. It's like, you're already wanted, so it's actually a good plan. I just hear Zoro. I can't not connect One Piece voice actors to their characters. I just associate with them like completely. Kagura's your man. She'll be the boss. Always be the boss, no matter what the situation. Good, bad, be the boss. Okay, Hijikata. I know he's based off of, I believe his name is Hijikata Toshizo, and he's Hijikata Toshiro, I think. I'm sure a lot is based off of real people. Okay. His reaction to that is, don't lie. You cut his outfit. Win. He's got the thing. Yep. I don't know if that gag in like episode 1 or 2 or whatever of trying to kill Hijikata is canon, if that's gonna stick. I think, yeah. He, for sure. Okay, good to know. Confirmation. Oh god, what? Ew. Yeah, it expanded. A bomb? You gotta use it to escape? Is that all you were gonna use on the terminal? Is that good enough? His hair looks ridiculous. Don't poke it. Yeah, it's not gonna bring them back to life. It's probably not going to make them happy. And it's not going to change the thing, the way of the world, really. Again, this is actually interesting, like, both points of view and this whole political situation. You're just going to get more people killed, and probably yourself. I say this is the best episode yet. I told you not to poke it! What a nightmare. I actually feel like this episode is kind of funnier than the other few have been too. Just a couple particular things that I've found funny. So yeah. Just run into them with, oh, they got the bomb. Okay. Good move, good move. Just charge at them with the bomb. He's like, wait, I'm trying to give this to you to defuse it. I'm trying to give this to the bomb squad. She is like really strong. Can't she just like throw it up in the air? Hopefully at a place where there's no ships flying. Are they playing that game with the... I forgot what it's called. It's like hot potato, but I don't know. Whatever. I don't know if that was the game where you say the, you know, the last letter of what they said, the first letter of what you say has to start with that. I don't know if that's what that was or if that was something else. Oh my god! Is she gonna hit him? You should have hit the bomb! Whack it! Send it far away! He's still holding it! Well, that worked though. Yeah, throw it up in the air. It's just him who did it. Luckily, you didn't Scarlet Witch the situation and blow up the building. Just, goodbye, Gin. We knew him well. Yeah. Is he going to keep trying, though, to be a terrorist? Is he going to keep these ideals? Or is he going to stop? So just like we didn't get the dog with Kagura, we didn't get Elizabeth the penguin with Katsura. So I don't know about that. Get it. I kind of want to watch some of the shows they watch in this world. What? Oh, I knew it was going to be interrupted. Like the Rick and Morty commercial episodes. I'd like to have an episode of just seeing some of the weird TV shows that exist in the Gintama world. That would be funny. So there we go. Shinsengumi and Katsura introduced for the after credits scene. The timer is going to be gone now, but hey, we're at the after credit scene. There's apparently something. I think it's probably a goof. But yeah, that's the most interesting episode yet, and also kind of funny. So that was good. That was my favorite episode. But what's happening? Ginpachi, did they fuse? They're reading Gintama in the class. Okay. Silver balls. How does his hair being long stop you up there? Yes. Eating even in class. She's flashing her wiener. It's late breakfast. He's not going to get to explain it. Probably. What is it? It's a... This is for kids. I'm licking its... I think that's the funniest joke yet in the show. Smoke was coming out of it because he's licking it so fast. And then that ended up being true. Well then, what an interesting after credits scene. On to the discussion. Alright, I'm here 24 hours later to do the episode 5 discussion for Gintama. This was my favorite episode so far. I think it had the funniest gags in it for me. The monkey from episode 4, the author, with his little insert weird thing in the middle, that was the most shocking weird thing, but this one had some of the funniest, memorable ones to me so far. It had the most interesting story, with the most to think about, and we got some backstory for the main character, so all around this episode was definitely my favorite so far. We're introduced to Katsura, or Zura, not the penguin, Elizabeth, Don't know where that comes in. But yeah, him and the Shinsengumi and its main dudes are introduced a little bit, which is good because I wanted to get more with them, and we finally have them doing a little bit in this episode. So all around really good. And this one is about Katsura being a terrorist. He was part of the war against the Yamato at the beginning. He was apparently considered a hero. He was great, but now, of course, the government has bowed down to the Yamato, signed a treaty, they're part of society, they're just ingrained in here now. Samurai are not a thing anymore, there's no longer a war happening, so it's not the same situation, and yet he is continuing to try to fight against them. So he's gone from war hero to criminal, specifically terrorist, because he is bombing embassies. And it was actually, I didn't expect it to go the way that it did when they were delivering this package for this mailman. I was like, what's it gonna be? Something silly. I didn't think it'd be a bomb. And then they're on TV as wanted terrorists, and that was pretty funny and unexpected. And the fact that they did this on purpose to, one, it's just a good way to, you know, get the bomb there without incriminating yourself, because the mailman crashed and then he gives it to somebody else, like, can you deliver this? It's important. So you can go pin it on somebody else, but it's not just that. It's bringing in Gintoki specifically because they wanted him on their side, and they're like, well, you're already incriminated here, you're already kind of here, so you might as well just keep helping us. That was a pretty good plan. I liked that, and it was interesting that the embassy they were at, of these Inui dog people, they were the first Yamato to come here. That's just like an interesting little detail. Dogs were first. I want to know how all this worked exactly. Like, just so happened, like, every fucking alien species came here all at the same time? Was it these guys who came here first, and then, like, news spread very quickly across the universe, and everybody's like, oh, we can go there? Cool. I don't know. But whatever. But yeah, like, it's interesting just because it raises the question of terrorism versus being a freedom fighter. Like, they're considered terrorists, they're being hunted down, they're criminals, but they think they're in the right. They think that the current government, the system is bad, and that they are rebelling, and they are fighting for the people and for what's right, and that they're freedom fighters. And that's just interesting. It depends on your perspective, on which side you're on, and on the outcome, honestly, because, you know, history is written by the victors. If something like that were to happen and they actually succeeded and, like, dismantled the system and then were able to, like, successfully make things good after the fact, then, you know, that would be considered like the great rebellion, like the great freedom fighters, our saviors, our heroes. But the way it is now, they're just looked back on as terrorists, and it's interesting to think about, seeing the different sides and him trying to get Gintoki in on it, and we get that backstory of when they were in the war and he was called the White Knight, and seeing how he embodies a lot of the typical shonen protagonist traits. Like, he's gonna fight to protect what's important to him, he's probably not gonna give up, but it's just very different because he's also totally ridiculous and a goofball. And yeah, I like that. I want to see more of him as we go, of course, and what more info we get about him. But yeah, like, even in the war, he was like, no, don't give up now, because Zura wanted to, he's like, oh, we should just end our lives rather than be killed by all these Yamato. He's like, no, just keep fighting till the very end, live beautifully to the end, which is what he does today. And he's sticking to his code. He's like, that stuff is over. I like to fight, but I'm not going to get into this morbid shit like terrorism. The war is over. I'm living by my personal code. I'm going to do what I want and protect what's important to me, which he's talked about before and has done before. He's like, if there's someone or something, like, directly in front of me personally that I care about and want to protect, then I will do it. Despite the fact that he may deep down harbor some anger, some resentment for what has happened, for his dead comrades and everything. He's like, it's over. This won't bring the dead back to life. It won't appease them. It's not going to change anything. It's not like, you're not going to go take down that huge tower, especially if that time bomb was all they had to work with. I don't know. It didn't really seem like they had more, but who knows? You're just going to cause more bloodshed. You're going to get more of your friends killed. Like, these guys are probably not going to survive. You're probably going to get yourself killed. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just live by my own code and protect what's important to me. And so I don't know what Zura's going to do from here on, if he's still going to try any of this shit, if he's just going to harbor his anger deep down and not act on it. I'm not sure what he's going to do from here, but again, it's just the most interesting thing that we've had in the show so far. Just thinking about the fact that, like, yeah, they came in, they invaded, like, they forced their way in, the treaty was unfair, but, you know, that's over and done with, and now this is just how society is. They're integrated into society. Presumably there's, like, tons of just normal-ass Amanto civilians. Like, I would imagine the vast majority are just kind of hanging around. They run their shops, they live their lives, and they do normal stuff. You've got somebody like Kagura. She's an Amanto. She's just looks like this girl, you know? And of course there's parallels to real-life stuff about, you know, foreigners coming to other countries, integrating in and everything. I don't know if there's any specific direct parallels that the author was going for, but you can just easily relate it to real life, and yeah, it's just the most interesting episode. But like I said, also has a lot of the funniest stuff. I didn't understand the nosebleed joke at the beginning, because there was, like, he said, like, you're getting a nosebleed because of the chocolate, because she ate his chocolate, or maybe that's not connected. The nosebleed was just to reveal that she had eaten the chocolate, because he's like, I can smell the sugar in your blood. Or if she got the nosebleed because she picked a booger, which is what she said, but I don't think that's true. If she was scared because she was like, oh, the terrorism, that's scary. Or if she was excited, which would be funny to me. That would be the funniest one. Like, because of her Yato clan heritage, she gets excited at the thought of this, like, action, this terrorism, but she's trying to suppress that, and she gets this nosebleed. I don't really know. But when they were running away from the dogs, and one of them grabbed Shinpachi, and then the other two got grabbed as well, I was like, who the hell did they get grabbed by? And then it shows they're all in a line, and Shinpachi grabbed Gin, and then he grabbed Kagura. I think that was the order. That was really funny. I was like, who the hell grabbed them? And they grabbed each other. I was like, what shitty fucking friends. Like, he got grabbed, and instead of being like, well, at least they got away, he fucking grabbed Gin, and then he grabbed Kagura. He's like, nope, if I'm staying behind, you guys are too. So that was funny. Zura calling Gin his mother-in-law. Running out to the Shinsengumi with the time bomb, which would be a good strategy even on its own, just to get out of there and escape. Like, we got a bomb, you better stay back. But they ran out there, like, in the hopes of getting it defused. They're like, you got a bomb squad, right? But they just ran away. And I was like, why doesn't Kagura just throw it up into the air? Hopefully not hit anything flying around up there. And they kind of did that. She hit Gin out of the building, and he threw it up in the air, and it's all good. So yeah, that was all funny. I like Kagura's quote where she was like, no matter what it is, whether it's good or bad, always be the boss. So that's my motto, which is interesting because she is not in charge of Oddjob's Gin. Like, does she consider herself an employee of him? Like, she's not in charge of that. I don't know. The TV, when Okita and Hijikata were trying to get to their show and it had been, like, interrupted by the news, made me really want to see what TV in this world is like the Rick and Morty episodes where you get the commercials. Just get an episode where we see some of them watching TV and you get weird-ass TV shows. A lot of it would probably be Japanese references that I wouldn't understand, but it would be interesting. And, like, the funniest joke in the entire show to me happened in the after-credits scene, which was just this random little nonsense thing where they're in a classroom and Gin is the teacher, teaching out of Gintama, Volume 1, and he's got a cigarette, and they're like, you can't smoke in the classroom. And he's like, it's a lollipop. And they're like, but there's smoke coming out of it. And he's like, that's because I'm licking it so fast, which, on its own, that's funny. But then it's even better because he takes it out of his mouth, and he was telling the truth, and it was a lollipop, and he was licking it so fast. And that was good. I liked that a lot. But yeah, and also, like I said, little introduction of the Shinsengumi, not too much. You've got Hijikata, who clashes with Gintoki a little bit. Okita, who seems to want to kill Hijikata. I guess he doesn't think he is deserving of the position. And the chief, Kondo, who we saw from the first 2 episodes, is really stupid, apparently. That did not show in this episode, but I guess it will at some point. But yeah, I liked this one. Let me know what you thought of some of the comedy in this one, Zura as a character, or the Shinsengumi that were introduced, and just the plot about him trying to be a terrorist against the Amanto and his view versus Gin's, their backstory and everything. It's interesting. I know it's a goofy gag thing, and probably not supposed to think too seriously about it, but it's got legitimate parallels to real-world conflict, and there's some depth to it. So yeah, if you want to say anything about it, we can continue talking about it in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, subscribe to the channel, and share the video if you think there's other people who might enjoy it too. It's all really helpful, and you can check out the Patreon for early videos and all that great stuff. This is my longest Gintama discussion yet, I think, because this was the best episode, so that's good that we can talk about it a little more. And yeah, that's all I got for now, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.